The Wiggler is one of those tools that, when it was first proposed, was probably simply explained as exactly what it does. I mean, trying to explain what a wiggler does is simply, it makes things wiggle. And they were like, that sounds good, go ahead and add it. The Wiggler is something that you can use to add a random shaking to a selected object. So let's say in the case of this artwork here, I really wanted to do all kinds of stuff like this, but I don't want to spend all day long manually keyframing this. So all I have to do is give the Wiggler some keyframes to start with, and then it will take it from there for me. So to do this, what we can do is twirl down the property that you want to affect. For example, scale, position, or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose scale. I'll hit S on my keyboard, and I'm going to click on the stopwatch. So on this first frame here, I'm going to just reduce the size a little bit. Move over a little bit as well in the timeline, and I'll bring it up a little bit, and I'll go a little further, and I will once again reduce it. So as you can see here, when I scrub the current time indicator along the timeline, I have some wiggling occurring. But now the Wiggler is going to take center stage. So I'm going to click on the word scale, or I could simply click and drag to select these keyframes myself. It's up to you how you want to work with the keyframes. I find it faster to click here. And I'm going to go to Window, Wiggler. Now here is the Wiggler control. What I can do is choose how to apply it. I can also choose the noise type, because when you are having things jump around, you are actually applying noise to a certain channel. So the scale channel will have a random set of noise or instructions applied to it so that it will just choose something and move it in some fashion. You can make this noise smooth or jagged. Now of course this depends on the effect you're going for. If you're going for a massive earthquake, jagged sounds good. If you're going for something like a ship that's going to get hit by a giant tidal wave and you want the waves to really be rocking and rolling, smooth might be good in that purpose right there. So I'm going to choose smooth. Now frequency and magnitude work hand in hand. Frequency will pretty much determine how many iterations of the Wiggler will occur per second, and magnitude is how powerfully that will occur. So let's go ahead and just leave it as it is, and with the frame selected, let me go ahead and first of all grab the old Wiggler and put it up here so we can see the frames. I want to also see all my keyframes there, so I'll just go ahead and zoom in. I'm going to apply the Wiggler. So let me go ahead and just pull this down like so. Okay, let me get the preview out of here. There we go. I'll apply that. And now look in the timeline. We have a whole bunch of frames added where there were only 3 originally. So I'm going to hit my spacebar and let's see what it looks like. So as you can see, we have some random distortions happening on this artwork. Now I'm going to undo that by pressing Command and Control Z. And with those guys still selected, let's try jagged and apply and press the spacebar. So as you can see, it's not really going in and out as smoothly as it was. It's more jagged as advertised. Once again, I'll undo that and let's bump up the magnitude. I'm just going to just go ahead and slide this up a little bit, well, a lot, and let's also bump up the frequency just a little bit more. So I'll go to about 15 on the frequency, and with them still selected, apply. Once again, we're given a whole bunch of frames, and I'll press the spacebar. Now that's more like it. That's a wiggle. So as you can see, by tweaking the parameters, you can really get all kinds of interesting results. One more thing, by the way, you can also choose in the dimensions category where to apply this effect, along the x-axis, the y, all the same, and all independently.